Hey you guys, I wanted to talk to you about how your portfolios are going to be graded. So what you're going to do is attach all of your essays, all three of them, into one PDF document. Okay, so we got that taken care of. One PDF document, one essay after the other. Then they will be uploaded to a special site, and I'll give you the link for that. Then professors other than me will be grading your work. So I have been preparing you for this. This is nothing new. They are not going to look at anything different than what I have been looking and commenting on. So I gave you feedback a ton on the first drafts. The second drafts probably were a little weak. The final drafts, I gave you more things to think about and revise. So look at those third drafts because you'll see my comments to improve those drafts even more. But this rubric I wanted to reword so that it would match the terminology that I have been talking about and using in this class. So I wanted to make sure that you knew what parameters you would be graded by. So anyways, the writer has a clear, challenging purpose. This is where the thesis statement comes in. Is it clear? Is it focused? Is it succinct? A lot of times when I see a thesis, it has the elements in there that you're going to prove, but it has all of this extra fluff. That extra fluff can be used in the background information. Just pull it into the introduction, but keep it out of the thesis because you want your thesis clear and just like crystal clear. And so get all that extra fluff out of there, you guys. Just put it in the background information. And then also that thesis is proven and it's continually referred to in the body paragraphs. Like it really reinforces, hey, if you don't believe me now, check this out. If you don't think this, if I haven't proven it to you yet, if I haven't convinced you, well, I got even more stuff to prove it to you with. So again, those prongs of the thesis statement should be reflected in those topic sentences of those paragraphs. And so the reader can clearly see that you are continually proving and staying on topic. All right, so then we're talking about the writer consistently engages in the interest of college level readers. All right, so we're developing the ideas with meaningful, relevant, and interesting discussion, details, and examples. Okay, so this is where the academic discussion comes in. You are going to synthesize your sources. That means taking information from one, taking information from another source, and coming to your own conclusions. This is why we did cemetery projects. I wanted you consciously aware of the deductions and inferences that you were making on a daily basis, and this is going to have to be evident in your papers. So it doesn't have to be one source and another source and come to a conclusion, but most likely it should be. But you can also use sorry, somebody just popped into the document, so I'm like, what's going on here? Anyways, your own personal background information and knowledge that you're aware of can also be used. So, and your common sense. I mean, heck, your common sense. So, anyways, if you have to double cite content because one author said something and another author said the same thing, oh my God, you guys, that is like amazing. Academics like just have competitions to see how many authors they can cite in one in-text citation. So that would be really evident of higher order thinking, which you guys are learning right now. More than one source in each paragraph. Sometimes I see a paragraph, one source in body paragraph 1. One source and another source in body paragraph 2. Another source in body paragraph 3. Well, that ain't going to cut it, you guys. It ain't going to cut it. You got to have a lot more discussion than that. It's not you guys, please. You guys are awesome. But just to remind you, thorough discussion. Don't leave everybody hanging and think that we know what you're talking about. Just make sure things are very, very clear. All right, next, where do your sources fall on? Okay, so these are sources. Oh, yeah, these are sources. And this is something that I've been really honing in on you guys about. So, where do your sources fall on the media bias chart? This is evident with your annotated bibliographies. You should have dealt with that back then. So, you don't have to say, oh, this source fell on the media bias chart, but make sure you use sources that are either from, a solid source that can be found on a media bias chart, or a journal article, or something academic-ish, or something that you vet yourself with that video that I gave you about what criteria you evaluate. It's called the CRAP test, what criteria you evaluate that website with. What are the credibilities of the author you cite? Oh my gosh, if you don't cite the credibility of that author, we might think they're the next door neighbor. We don't know Joe Blow from your next door neighbor. Like, make sure we know, hey, this person has written 1,000,000 books. This person has been in this field for 20 years. This person has a degree in blah, blah, blah. This person has been a professor at blah, blah, blah for 20 years. Let us know. Let us have faith in you. Build your own credibility that you're using credible sources. And then, are they proper? And this is what I've been honing in on you guys again, those dang quotes. Have they been introduced properly? Do they have a tag? Do you have a that? Do you incorporate bits and pieces, which is perfectly fine too. Bits and pieces would be awesome. We got that going on. And then, are they all cited? And then think about what Kyle Stedman, we read him about annoying ways people use sources. So I have all of his hints, tips and tricks here. You guys just got done learning them. Make sure, and these are for direct quotes. We're not talking about paraphrases. This is just for direct quotes. All right, moving on. Organization. Paragraphs, topic sentences. So it says, writer composes paragraphs that are purposefully organized, substantially developed, and supported with evidence, examples, and reasoning. And this goes back into what we just talked about. Paragraphs have topic sentences, concluding sentences, and ample discussion, which we just got done talking about. Paragraphs go beyond the 5-paragraph essay, meaning beyond one body paragraph per prong of the thesis. So we need to step it up here, folks. There is a body paragraph, concluding paragraph, body topic sentence. We also have an introduction of the sentence, or essay, conclusion in the essay. Yeah, what else? Yes. Okay, and then transitions and connections from topic to topic are provided. So again, enough background information is provided in the introduction so that the reader has a good grasp of where you're coming from. Why is this relevant? What's the passion behind it? Why is this a pertinent topic that we even should care about? Make sure that's evident in that introduction. The sentences are not simple, but varied. So like you have a long sentence, medium sentence, and short length sentence. We don't want, it's just terrible how I haven't seen this in your guys' work, like simple sentence, simple sentence, simple sentence. I mean, it just gets terrible. You don't even want to read anymore. Seriously, I should provide you an example of something like that. It's terrible. Vocab is appropriate for the audience. Ramp it up a little bit, but if you use that thesaurus, oh my God, don't go overboard, please, because so many times I see students using that dang thesaurus and then they're not using the word correctly. So don't be a phony. Everybody does not like a phony. So don't pretend you're somebody that you're not by using all these fancy words, that you don't know what the context is, or you don't know that they're being used properly. Don't be a phony, but you can ramp it up if you know what that word means. So anyways, again, your audience. Think about your audience. Mechanics. Sources are cited properly and no grammar, typos, spelling, or anything else. Missing words. Sometimes I see missing words a lot, so make sure they're all there. This is my 2 cents. Hopefully this is helpful. I'm sorry it was long, but I want you to know what you're in for, which is really no surprise because this is everything I've been talking about all semester long.